This is a story for those who feel dissatisfied with their lives, often thinking that others are happier than they are. Once upon a time there was a crow who felt very unhappy with his life. One day, he started crying while sitting on a tree branch. At that moment, a monk was sitting under the tree. A drop of the crow's tear fell on the monk's cheek, and he then looked up and saw the crow crying. Compassionately, the monk asked, "What's the matter, my friend? Why are you crying?" The crow replied, "Oh, wise man, I am very upset with my life. Nobody loves me. People treat me with disdain. I get nothing to eat. Everyone hates me. Death seems better than living like this." The monk, touched by the crow's words, said gently, "My friend, we must learn to find happiness in whatever situation we find ourselves in." However, the crow did not understand the monk's wisdom and continued crying. Then the monk said, "Don't be upset. Tell me what you want." It may be that with my mantra I can make the crow happy, so he said, "Oh, blessed one, if you would do me a favor, please turn me into a swan." The monk replied, "Okay, I will turn you into a swan. But first, go to a swan and ask him if he is happy with his life or not. While you talk to the swan, I will wait for you here." The crow flew happily in search of a swan. He saw a swan swimming alone in a lake. He came closer and said, "How beautiful you are. As white as snow. Everyone must love you. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The swan, with a heavy heart, replied, "No, my friend, I'm not happy. There are so many beautiful colors in the world, but I'm just white. It's a nothing color. I think the parrot must be the happiest bird in the world. He is so colorful." Upon hearing this, the crow flew away from there and caught up with the parrot. He said to the parrot, "Oh, parrot, you are so colorful and beautiful that you must be the happiest bird in the world." The parrot, with sadness in his heart, said to the crow, "No, my friend, I am not happy. You see, people keep parrots in cages. I am always afraid that someone might capture me and lock me in a cage. I think the peacock is the happiest bird in this world. He's also much more colorful than me." Upon hearing this, the crow flew in search of a peacock. After a prolonged search, he finally found a peacock that was in a cage in a zoo. He noted that hundreds of people had gathered to see him. After the people left, the crow approached the peacock and said, "Dear peacock, you are so magnificent. Every day thousands of people come here to admire you. When they see me, they immediately ignore me. I think you must be the happiest bird on the planet." The peacock replied sadly, "I always thought I was the most beautiful and happiest bird on the planet, but because of my beauty, I'm trapped in this zoo. When people pluck out my colorful feathers to make decorative things, it causes me a lot of pain." Pain. Looking deeply into the raven's eyes, the peacock continued, "I am not happy, my friend." The crow was surprised to hear this from the peacock and asked, "If you are not happy, then who do you think is the happiest bird in the world?" The peacock replied, "I examined the zoo very carefully and noticed that you, the crow, are the only bird that is not in a cage. People don't try to capture you and lock you in cages. Over the past few days, I've been reflecting on how, if I were balanced, I could happily roam everywhere free." Hearing this, the crow flew away, and today, for the first time, he felt happy to be just a crow. He returned to the tree and said, "Oh, wise man, I do not wish to be anything other than what I am. I am content." If we look at our own lives, we will realize that this is our problem too. We make unnecessary comparisons with others, and consequently, we become sad and discontented. We don't value what we have, and this leads us to vicious cycles of unhappiness. We must learn to find happiness in what we have, instead of envying what we don't have. There will always be someone with more or less than us. If we keep comparing ourselves to others, we will never find true happiness. The person who is satisfied with what they have is the happiest person in the world. These are words of wisdom and inspiring stories. Thanks for watching, and always remember to smile.